The moon has arrived. According to the highest sources, the moon is literally coming. Sincerely, I believe it to be here. In order for us to be ready for the finale and an exchange known as Uphold Right, Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, instructed us to lock in here as well. What is this lock-in about, guys? It most certainly has something to do with the price activity of XRP. Since I was planning to cash this long before this move even happened, I'm now disappointed in myself, I swear, because, well, the extra piece chart appears to be highly positive, gentlemen. There is no point in my saying this as a bear, but I was looking at the extra Bitcoin pairing, folks, this morning, correct? I'm thinking I see 4 hourly divergences, hourly 12th and daily, guys, and guess what? The problem is that I was anticipating the taking of this money. We pump after something like this, correct? I didn't see it. It's all right. However, when examining longer time frames like the 12-hour lead, bullish. Divergences were initiated and confirmed. It will soon be confirmed here according to the daily. As we can see, I believe it should be confirmed by tomorrow. Divergence that is bullish. So, gentlemen, there will be more pumps in the future. Personally, I do think so. Because everything seems to be going to change in this place. Guys, the S&P 500 just closed at all-time highs. When all of these equities, assets, and coins were at their lowest, Trump literally called the bottom. He made the call. The moon is here, so now is a wonderful time to buy. I am so excited, people, and that is what we will finally be discussing about XRP. Does the issue of cashing longs even matter? It doesn't, in my opinion, because when you consider XRP's ultimate objective, correct? I believe all you have to do is hang on for dear life, because that's what it's really meant to be. This literally comes from Arthur Brettel, who lowered reserve requirements on June 4, 2017. In order to accommodate more than 7.5 billion users and additional devices in the future, the XRP ledger must be scalable. It is unlikely that the current account system can scale to this extent. As a result, only the most necessary accounts ought to be made. For unnecessary accounts, the reserve acts as a barrier to entry. The development of a new account system should enable the XRP ledger to effectively serve humanity scale and usage. Take a look at that. Here, folks, he's talking about the entire planet, specifically the XRP ledger. If that were the case, then everyone would have purchased XRP or used it for something. What was that not? Surely it must be more expensive. The price of XRP was intended to surpass $10,000. It is appropriate that it can even be expanded to serve the world's 7.5 billion inhabitants. All right, so is it feasible that, in my view, it is men, and that's because Chris Larson, the founder of Replica, discloses at the outset, we developed XRP in an effort to improve Bitcoin, correct? Whoa, this guy, by the way, is aware, correct? I believe we have Brian Garlinghouse, Arthur Brettel, David Schwartz, and Chris Larson, those that support the XRP ledger. They essentially tell us that the goal of creating a better Bitcoin was the motivation behind the creation of XRP. Correct? Thus, you shouldn't pursue Bitcoin as an asset. You should, however, I'm aware that many people despise XRP. Let's examine their motivation. What did it serve to accomplish? That's the kind of stuff I consider. As you previously stated, our first goal was to introduce a better Bitcoin. XRP, what is it? just give a simple explanation. XRP is another cryptocurrency, isn't that correct? Unknown existed before to Ripple. However, our primary considerations are to include all of the applications that are being developed using crypto. Set aside any thoughts of using it to make payments. What are these items? These financial products are quite novel. In my opinion, that complements the realm of countless other financial goods. I take it that they are an additive. They serve as a global economic lubricant. Therefore, in some respects, a lot of the sector overreacts to the rhetoric that says, "Oh my God, revolution is everything." I mean, I understand that may serve as a rallying cry, yet all of these fiat currencies from different nations control our extremely complicated world. And then there is this cryptocurrency that is incredibly low level and straightforward and does not belong to any nation. That is to say, it isn't transporting all of the nation's garbage, correct? The currency of any nation. It goes beyond simply figuring out how many, how much, or how much they are printing, destroying, or what their interest rates are. Indeed, XRP has a deflationary characteristic as well. Then XRP appears, isn't it? Because to its neutrality, isn't technically associated with any nation. And it will be the bridge, I guess. Arthur Brittle stated that it must be able to house 7.5 billion people because of this. You name it. Capital controls, limitations, and everything of that nation's principles. Each nation has its own set. Consequently, the dollar, RMB, yen, or year bears a lot of baggage, including both positive and negative things. Additionally, cryptocurrency's simplicity and lack of inflation make it easy to understand. And it's something that everybody on the earth can sort out. Additionally, all of the information that is available is open source. Additionally, there aren't all the social ideals that go along with it. That's awesome. It is more consistent with the type of internet protocol, which is, as you may know, quite basic and low level. That does not imply that complex things will not be built on top of it. The basics are pretty basic, even though Facebook, Google, and AI are extremely complicated. Additionally, that's blockchain technology is at this level, guys, he essentially said. All right, you are aware of HTTP's fundamental nature, correct? Which Google, Amazon, and Facebook are built upon. You mean all these other businesses and projects? Constructed on top of the internet. The xrp+ is coming, right? The cornerstone upon which all other things will be constructed, isn't it? Basically, for that new financial system, the world will benefit much from that. It's special. Because of that. That, in my opinion, is the reason it's a highly helpful technology. At the same time, the idea that it is a store of value is revolutionary.